And hello everyone, welcome back to another Let's Play this of Final Fantasy XIV. This is Myrokos, and today we will be continuing with the Heaven's Lord MSQ. Where we left off, we just accepted the MSQ quest Flame General Affairs, where we basically have to first go get in touch with the demons, and then figure out how to rescue Raban. But first things first, as always, let's talk to people. Though it's useless to dwell on the past, I often wonder if I could have, and should have, done more for you and Raban that day. Leaving the banquet was tantamount to leaving you and yours for dead. Should you think me craven, I wouldn't hold it against you. But I will make it up to you. This I swear. Come what may, know that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn can count on your cooperation. The Crystal Braves may no longer answer to me, but that does not absolve me of responsibility. As commander, I am accountable for all the wrongs they have committed, all the havoc they have wreaked. Would that we could join you in rescuing the Flame General, but the Sultanate would not take kindly to a foreign power on their soil, allies or no. I feel like I read this before we left off, but, you know, regardless. So, spoken to people, still nighttime out, okay? Interesting. So, let's leave the command room. If at any point you like what you see, make certain that you give a follow on Twitch, hit the notifications bell so you're apprised of when I go live. If you're watching this on YouTube, give a like, share, and subscribe. All that jazz, and if you haven't followed me on Twitch, click the link in the description for Twitch, and you'll get notified when I go live. So with that, we need to go to Revenant's Toll. We haven't been back there in a while. And for those of you who are wondering why am I doing Dark Knight, when I used to be... Oh yeah, Crystal Braves everywhere. When I started out as Black Mage, I will go back to Black Mage. I just want to have another job, you know, at pace. I don't want to out-level content and then have to pause MSQ progression because of needing to level alt jobs to catch up. Plus, I want to work on Dark Knight. Again, let me know if you want me to cover some of the jobs. Alpha, no, I literally just left you in Limsa. How did you get up here so fast? Could she be the demon contact of whom the Admiral spoke? Master Myrokos. Oh, Isigiri. She was in the kitchens and whatnot of the Rising Stones. Yeah. Master Myrokos, I knew in my heart that you were safe, but to see you again in the flesh, words cannot well express my relief. Even as the victory feast was taking place, the Crystal Braves turned upon us and took the Rising Stones by force. Amid the chaos, some few of my compatriots and I were able to slip away unnoticed. Since then, we have remained in Revenant's Toll, keeping watch over the mutineers while awaiting your return. You have done well by us, and we demons do not soon forget our debts. We swear to do all within our power to aid you. That whisking is very loud. Just saying. in search of Raubon. Higiri is eager to assist you. Shortly before you arrived, I received word from Limsa Laminsa that you were searching for General Raubon. As the Admiral will have informed you, he was recently moved from his cell in the Murasaja pit. At the same juncture, Yuhase and the 3rd unit were observed leaving the Rising Stones. This can be no simple coincidence. Their purpose, we believe, is to escort the Flame General to the scene of his execution. Suffice it to say, we have people shadowing the 3rd. If you would join the hunt, pray seek out Doare at High Bridge, where I too am bound. My comrades pursue the 3rd unit Braves. Even as we speak, if you would join the hunt, pray seek as Yet again, our Domin friends prove their worth. Lolorito was a fool to refuse them asylum. Yep. Thank God we took in the Domin. Or thank Haidon, specifically. Okay, I need to go to High Bridge, which is in Eastern Taiwan, if memory serves. That's the big bridge where that one merchant set up, but you know, the trade routes were obstructed and trade wasn't coming, so yeah. And of course it's overcast. Fog. Why is it always gotta be fog? I swear this is becoming a habit. It has been a while since last I wore this garb. Since I came to Revenant's Toll, my days have been spent in kitchens. Fear not, however, though I have learned to wield a skillet, I have not forgotten the use of a dagger. Oh, forgot to speak with Alpha now. I have been expecting you. Time is of the essence, so I shall direct. Yuhase and his men are bound for Halatalai. Oh, great. We believe that this is where they intend to carry out the execution. Hozan is presently keeping watch over the entrance. Let us make haste and join him. Yeah, I should have spoken with Alpha now. Oh well. Maybe I'll get a chance later. If at any point the audio becomes a problem, let me know and I'll see what I can do to tweak it. The current setting for the desktop audio in my OBS should be reasonable, but let me know if it needs to be tweaked. The last, not the immediate last time, but the time before that, when I looked at the recording at the end, my god, the Ishgard, the music was bombastic. I can't believe no one told me, of the people who were watching, that they couldn't hear me. I could barely hear myself. Raubon's ties to Halatalai are well known. That Ilberd should choose this of all places to stage his execution is no coincidence. The Fiend, are there no depths to which he will not stoop? He seems capable of anything, so moving on. You come at a good time, my friends, but moments ago the traitor Ilberd arrived and entered Halatalai. From this we may be certain that General Raubon is being held within. Hey, 52. Keeping the flame alive. Hozan would brief you on the mission to rescue Raubon. There is no time to lose. General Alden may be executed at any moment. You must enter Halatalai and free him from his captors. Please see to your preparations and tell me when you are ready to proceed. One of our own will accompany you inside. Okay. So I've still got that there. My gear is fully mended. Let's begin. Time to get Rob on.
Pray, forgive me my lateness.
Oh, hey, Yugiri.
Lady Ugiri!
Yes.
Master Alphano, I am pleased to see that the light of resolve shines in your eyes once more.
Ah, yes. How pathetic I must have seemed to you when we last met. I am ashamed to recall it. For a time I was well and truly lost. But with the aid of my comrades, I have since refound my purpose, and I shall take care not to misplace it again.
Since your escape from Ulda, my fellow shinobi and I have shadowed the Crystal Braves every step, in hopes of learning the Scion's whereabouts.
Is it just me, or did Yugiri's voice change from the last major cutscene where we heard her? Oh.
Regrettably, our investigation has yet to yield any useful information. Pray, forgive us.
And you do what you can with what you have.
You need not apologize, my lady. We are grateful for all that you have done on our behalf. Besides, Ralban is no less a friend, and we cannot well abandon him to his fate.
Hozan, the three of us shall attend to the Flame General's rescue. Pray, draw away the guards by the entrance. Take Dowade and Higiri with you. With me!
Okay, I really need to try ninja. I really need to try that class. Alright, try that job. Rogue ninja.
Away with you!
Alphano and Asuna would be nice. Ghost Sane.
Leave this to me!
Yep, we came. We're gonna get you out of here. He is bound by some manner of magitech device, yet I dare not force it open. It may well be booby-trapped. I have heard of such devices. The Crystal Braves will possess the key. Let us split up and look for it. That will not be necessary. Oh, it's him. Pray do not take it personally, my friends. You are the victims of harsh economic conditions. Happily, you will not suffer long. The poison will convey you swiftly unto the bosom of Fall, where I hope to join you after the passing of many prosperous years. Oh, good lord. It's well, it feels like him that gave him the moniker Potato People. His vitality's falling. No. Damn it, where? There's a hissing sound coming from somewhere. Nope. I think it's up here. Ah, here it is. Okay, now I need to obtain the key, which I think in fact is in the track. Yep, this way. Let's do the healer first. My thanks. Slowly, General. You are weak from you are yet weak from your ordeal. Nevertheless, we must quit this place. I should have known. What clever contrivances to the Warrior of Light. Well done, hero. Oh, it's ill-bred. It's inbred. Oh, it's all three of them. Ill-bird. No, it's inbred. You mean to struggle on then? Very well. If you would stand in my way, I will cut you down like all the rest. Come, scions, let's get this over with.
It is nothing.
I'm not finished yet. I'll tear you limb from limb.
There. Done.
This changes nothing.
It is over, Ilberd. Lay down your arms and surrender yourself to justice.
Justice? Justice for what exactly? 'Twas not I who assassinated the Sultana, boy.
But he himself said it was him.
Ere we debate who is responsible for the assassination, I would ask whether an assassination took place at all.
Good question.
Oh, clever little shite. If you think you fight for justice, lad, you'd best wake up. The truth is, you fight for whoever bloody well tells you to. Can you not see you're being used? By the Scions, the City-States, even the Crystal Braves? They none of them care a whit what you want. Only what you can do for them. And how do I know this? Because I'm the same. A pawn to be used as my masters see fit. All I ever wanted was to liberate my homeland, and I ate dirt to make it happen. But what have I achieved after all these years in servitude? Nothing. Not a bloody thing! If we ourselves are not free to think and to act, how are we ever to reclaim our homeland? Know this. There is nothing I would not give to take back Alamigo. Nothing!
Oh, this guy's crazy. And he's using a level 15 sword. No wonder he was so easy to beat.
You'll not get away!
No, Master Alpha, no. Now is not the time.
I'm but a cripple and a fool. And still you came for me. I mean, you...
We are all of us fools of fate, General. But even fools have a part to play.
We stand with you on your feet, gladiator. This fight is not over.
Rest assured, I was not planning to die till I'd avenged the Sultana. Still, your words are welcome, lad. Know this, Ilberd. There is nothing I would not give to see you pay for what you've done. My wealth, my arm, my life. Nothing.
General, are you aware that Lord Lolorito has yet to announce the Sultana's death to the public?
What? No. No, I was not aware of that, nor of anything else outside my cell. 'Tis passing strange, though. I assumed the bastard would make it known at the first opportunity, and set about tearing down the Sultanate.
As did we all. And it is indeed strange that he did not. Strange, or perhaps revealing. Now, I have no conclusive proof, nor do I wish to give you false hope. But I have reason to believe that Her Grace may yet live.
What? But how can that be?
Forgive me,
Poison.
friends, but it is not safe here. Let us continue this conversation without...
The wine was poisoned. It could have been some sort of a sleeping potion introduced. Just a guess. I mean, you want to fake an assassination, but you don't want to kill the person. Okay. The general is safe. What news without? My lady, the guards have been subdued as per your command. We have since kept watch over the entrance, and there has been no further activity. Then Ilberd and his minions have fled via some other egress. Scour the perimeter for signs of their passing. At once, my lady. General Alden, I presume, and the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Who are you? Identify yourself. Pray do not be alarmed. My mistress is a friend, and I come bearing a message of goodwill. For your own safety, she bade me direct your steps to the Waking Sands. Know that Master Oriange awaits you there, along with others sympathetic to your cause. This is no ruse, I assure you. General Alden, if you will come with me, I have prepared a carriage that you may travel in comfort, safe from prying eyes. Yeah, smart that Yugiri's going with him just to see that everything is on the level. I have spoken with Oriange via Link Pearl. He confirms the man's story. Raban is in safe hands. Let us make our own way to Vesper Bay. And now I can actually use the Vesper Bay Ether ticket.
My dearest friends, praise be unto the 12 for delivering you from the clutches of treachery.
Let it ride.
Father!
Pippin! My son! And Master Papashan besides!
Forgive me, Father. I should have been at Her Grace's side.
Save your tears. The Sultana yet lives.
You!
It was I who arranged this gathering. And judging by your perplexed expressions, it would seem introductions are in order. I am Dulala, head of the Order of Noldthal, and member of the Syndicate.
She's in charge of the Thaumaturgy.
What you said about the Sultana, is it true? Is she alive?
Young man, I understand you were with the Sultana when she drank from the poisoned goblet and collapsed. Would I be correct in assuming that you did not personally verify Her Grace's vital signs?
I wasn't even given the chance.
Why ask when 'tis plain you know the answer?
Calm yourself, General, and let me finish. The truth is not as you imagine it. You are all victims of a most ingenious ruse. A ruse conceived to eliminate the threat posed by Teleji Adeleji. 'Tis my belief that Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination alone, but that Lolorito caught wind of his plot and exploited it to his own ends. He sought to manipulate you into eliminating Teleji for him, and you duly obliged. At one fell swoop, he removed his two foremost rivals, all the while remaining above suspicion.
Okay, that is clever.
God strike me down for a fool. But the Sultana, how can it be that she lives?
She lives because Lolorito willed it. Her own lady-in-waiting is but one of his many little birds. By her sleight of hand, the poison was switched for a less deadly draught before it could reach her mistress's lips.
Some manner of sedative, perchance, of a potency sufficient to induce a slumber like unto death.
Were I to guess, I would say Her Grace is being held somewhere, dreaming dreams of a brighter Uldar, even as we speak.
Oh, Nanamo. I will never forgive Lolorito for his part in this.
Though Lolorito's hands are far from clean, they did pluck Her Grace from the jaws of death. That must count for something. And though one may call the man's methods into question, it cannot be denied that he knows the value of stability, to the very gill, like as not. He craves power, 'tis true, but he has no desire to depose the Sultana. I had never taken sides in your feud with the monetarists, but it was not for want of concern for our nation's welfare. Indeed, 'twas out of the desire to see order restored that I furnished your Far Eastern friends with information, and arranged this gathering.
Okay, she's good. This is a good Wallafel.
I hope you are ready to work, General, for there is much work to be done. Our first priority must be to bring matters back into balance. Lest you forget Her Grace's words, the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. As for the more worldly kind of wealth, I am content to let Lolorito help himself to whatever Teleji Adeleji left behind. You, meanwhile, must do that which you alone can do. Rescue Her Grace and take your place at her side once more, for her sake and that of our nation.
Well, that was interesting. Hello. Hi, Autumn. And Autumn doesn't want me using the mouse. Hang on. Here, that's not. I had not counted on the Prioress Dulala herself appearing. In my defense, my suspicions regarding the Sultana proved more prescient. Much remains to be done, but in rescuing Raoban, we have taken a vital first step towards resolving matters in Ulda. We couldn't have done it without you, Myrokos. Thank you. Don't come up there, please. Magic. I don't need the tank one. Healing. Let's get slimy first. Alphino, to siege or not to siege? Alphino is distracted by a call on his link pearl. Tataru. Yes, General Raoban is now in safe hands. What? Another assault? Very well, we shall return at once. Pray notify the Count of our coming. It would seem we face another crisis. The Dravanians are preparing to resume their siege of the Holy See. Though I am loath to abandon the Sultana to her fate, we lack the necessary evidence to act upon Dulala's claims. That being the case, I propose we leave Marshal Taropen and the others to investigate and return with all haste to Ishgard. Let us hear what the Count has to say. Ah, there you are. Sorry for cutting your reunion with General Rauban short. I wouldn't have bothered you, but the city's awash with rumors of another Dravanian attack, and Lord Hoshafon was desperate to get hold of you. Speaking of whom, he and the others are waiting for you inside, so you'd better head in. We can talk later. Everyone's waiting for you inside. Oh dear. Yeah. Well, come, Master Tia. Shall I show you inside the manor? Yes. My friend, thank you for answering our call with such alacrity. As I am sure you are now aware, the Dravanians are once more gathering for war. Master Tia, Master Leveilleur, I must apologize for this abrupt summons, but we thought it best to have Mistress Tataru contact you by the most direct means available. When the observatorium bells toll, 'tis a warning that cannot be ignored. The Holy See has ordered that we make ready for battle. In case you haven't heard, a band of trappers returning from the west claim they saw a cloud of dragons big enough to dim the midday sky. Nidhogg's minions gather once more for war. But I would not have you take up arms in another of our conflicts. When first you came to Ishgard, I offered you my protection. I cannot ensure your safety here. I cannot well accept your aid, much less ask for it. Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are faced with a choice, to remain in a besieged Ishgard, or seek sanctuary elsewhere. I would not presume to influence your decision, but I must ask you make it swiftly, lest our enemies force your hand. How many dragons would it take to darken the midday sky, do you think? 1,000? More? Too many at any rate. I confess I know not where else you might seek sanctuary, but few places are like to be more perilous than a city under siege. True. The observatorium bells have tolled. Either flee this place or make ready for war. The coming of the Horde spells ruin for Ishgard, but her knights shall fight to the last to shield her citizens from harm. What will become of this place? And us? Good question. That's not helpful. Though we flee to the ends of the world, 'twould seem that no place in this troubled age is free of strife. Once more the Horde descends upon Ishgard, and once more her weary defenders must take up spear and bow. The Count will have us seek shelter from the storm, but I, for one, grow tired of running. If we are to shine the light of dawn, we must do so in the sight of our fellow man, not hunkered in a hole. What say you, Myrokos? You're not helping. What will you say? I would stay and fight. We cannot stay here. Well, well, let's see. Stay and fight would... Like, what could we do, the three of us, do in that regard? We've already been bid to flee, but we do not know where. We cannot stay here. But then we haven't exactly been big on speaking. That is your answer? By the 12, how could you... But wait, mayhap remaining in the city would not best serve our friends and allies. Mayhap there is another choice. Alpha knows way. Alpha knows deliberating how best to proceed. The choice we make this day may have grave implications for our order. It is only right that Tataru should have a say. Come, let us meet outside and discuss the path that lies before us. Autumn, you're not helping matters. Offer the keys, board. Ah. She's just determined sorry, my cat is just determined to climb over everything and disrupt my ability to play the game, all for sake of a cuddle. Such is the way with cats. Speaking of which, okay, unable to summon a minion here. Boo. Honor, please. This is not helping. Okay. There. Now I have little Autumn on the screen. Was this what you wanted? Autumn? Did you want your little you on screen? Well, now your little you is on screen.
Ishgard cannot well endure another assault. Even should her knights succeed in turning back the Horde, the casualties will be catastrophic.
But what other choice do we have? It's not like we can talk it over with them. Dragons and men aren't exactly on speaking terms.
True.
With certain notable exceptions.
You don't mean Iceheart?
When last you spoke with her, she lamented her crimes, did she not?
Yeah, she did.
Then there remains a sliver of hope. If we can persuade Iceheart to act as our intermediary, we may yet be able to convince Nidhogg to abandon his bloody course.
If there is to be a meeting, I would accompany you.
Ah, Sir Justinian.
Even with your intermediary, Nidhogg's blood rage may render him deaf to reason. However, the mere attempt may afford our forces precious time to prepare. Of course, you might also consider a more direct approach to ending this conflict. With the power of the Eye at my disposal, and the vaunted strength of the Warrior of Light, we could conceivably slay the beast outright.
Ambitious.
If we are to risk a face-to-face meeting with the Dread Worm, I for one would feel safer in the company of the Azure Dragoon. However, I should only turn to your alarms if my words failed to find their mark. Is that clear?
Perfectly. I shall assume that Iceheart enjoys similar diplomatic protection until instructed otherwise. A word of advice. Think carefully before divulging the particulars of this plan to Sir Emmerich. 'Twould not do to have the Lord Commander accused of consorting with heretics.
Indeed. I thank you for your counsel, Estinian. We shall be honored to have you with us.
I am glad to be of service.
We have chosen a difficult road, yet even should we succeed in winning Iceheart to our cause, our plans for parley will swiftly come to naught should the Holy See decide to strike first against the Horde. We must petition the Lord Commander's aid ere we set forth. I only hope that Sir Emmerich will be willing to muzzle Ishgard's forces on the strength of our vague assurances. Tataru, I would ask that you remain at Fortall Manor and inform the Count of our decision. Tell him that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn mean to do all in their power to ensure that Ishgard and her people survive. Yes, sir. You would speak with the Lord Commander? Pray make it quick.
I want the defenses of the Outer Ward rechecked. See to it that the ballistas are in good repair and supplied with enough ammunition for a prolonged siege.
At once, my lord.
Ah, 'twould seem I have visitors. And unlike those messing beyond our walls, these ones are welcome.
Pray forgive us for interrupting you in the midst of your preparations, Sir Emmerich, but our suit concerns the impending assault. To speak plain, we believe there is a chance the invasion might be halted before it even begins. I can divulge little more at this time, but I must nevertheless request that you advise the Holy See to refrain from launching any preemptive sorties whilst we seek to put our plans in motion.
I will gladly lend my support to any endeavor that could spare the blood of my countrymen, but I would know more of the cause you would have me champion. Will you not share aught of this mysterious undertaking? Know that I have offered my lance to aid in this endeavor. I cannot claim that its success is assured, but our actions should serve to delay Nidhogg's advance at the very least. Which is more than can be said for the ill-conceived counterattack advocated by the sea's more vocal crusaders. They offer glorious death, but little hope of victory. Aye, their proposal does not inspire confidence. Our resources should rightly be spent shoring up the city's defenses. The Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light sallying forth together to face the dread worm Nidhogg. I must admit the mere thought of it does much to dispel my misgivings. Go then, carry out your plan. I shall do what I can for you within the Holy See.
That almost had a feeling of the Council of Elrond for a moment there. I will say this for your plan, it has made keeping secrets from the Holy See seem almost entertaining. Having secured Sir Amarok's support, we may proceed without fear of a preemptive Ishgardian attack, which is not to say we can afford to dither. History tells us that the Dravanians will attack as soon as their horde reaches a critical size. Before that happens, we must needs track down and win over the Lady Iceheart, and then locate and parley with Nidhogg. In short, time is against us. If you are ready, Estinian, let us be about our task.
Such commotion.
Yes, Your Eminence. The bells of the Observatorium warn of our enemy's approach.
So, the dragons are coming. Let them come, in their hundreds and their thousands. With the divine blade in our hands, we shall rend their flesh and drown the heretics in their master's blood. Even Nidhogg and his foul brood shall be powerless to resist us. And when we have rid the world of their pestilence, we shall turn our attention to our Ascian allies. See that they are suitably rewarded for their invaluable assistance.
If I may, Your Eminence, the Paragons wield powers strange and unknowable. Can we be certain that they will not see through our deception?
We can be certain of naught save the righteousness of our cause. If you would be a true leader of men, you must possess conviction as well as caution. We seek to excise the root of an evil that has blighted us for 1,000 years. The risk is worth the reward.
And what of Estinian and this Warrior of Light? They have plans of their own.
Leave them to their purpose. We must each play the role we have been given. You and your chosen brothers most of all.
What are they up to?
For the glory of King Thordan.
What was that? In search of Iceheart, Alphino would see to one final matter before setting forth. Before we set forth, we must needs inform Tataru of our plans. Then I shall await you at Saint Rainette's Forum. Tell your friend we may be some time. The road you have chosen is neither short nor easy. Of that I need no reminding. Come, Myrokos, let us head back to Fortal Manor. Well, come, Master Tion. Yep. Our course is set. Tataru, it may be some time before Myrokos and I return to Ishgard. Well, just you be careful, alright? Oh, and don't worry about me. I'll be busy listening out for news of our lost friends. If anyone can find them, it is you, Tataru. Farewell for now. Oh, before you go, you must put this on, Alphino. I made it specially. No, I couldn't possibly... Very well. Oh, he gets a new attire. So much better than the old one. By the 12, it fits perfectly, and the quality is actually rather good. I'm glad you like it. I've been practicing my needlework while listening to rumors and the like. A good receptionist is always learning new skills. My thanks to Taru. Whatever else awaits me upon the road, I shall not fear the cold. 'Twas the least I could do. Now I must get back to the tavern, or I'll never catch up with all the gossip. Best of luck on your journey. See, I have a job quest to do for Dark Knight, so let's get that out of the way. The knight and the maiden fair. Siduru would entreat a fellow Dark Knight for aid. I see you yet walk the path, Myrokos, and it is well that you do. This is a matter I can discuss with only with another Dark Knight. Swear to me that you will speak of it to no one else. Thank you. I shall begin at the beginning. Our master, in his final moments, spoke to Frey and me in riddles. A heart bleeds, a man weeps, a soul burns. Thence comes the darkness to consume. Yet even in the depths the flame endures. Submit to the flame and harness the abyss. Frey and I did not understand his words. We hoped their meaning would become clear to us in the course of our duties as Dark Knights. And so we carried on, following the creed until one day we found her. Go on, Ryle. You can be trusted. Alright. Ah, she speaks. Alone's blessings be upon you, sir. Right then. She was fleeing from a unit of Temple Knights at the time who were clearly intent on doing her harm. Needless to say, Frey and I took issue with that and chose to intervene. We went to ground after that, but Frey was caught out in the streets while fetching supplies. I cannot protect her, Myrokos. Not from the Temple Knights, not by myself. I'm not even sure why they seek her. Only that should I fail, her life is forfeit. Help me, Myrokos, and I shall share with you my arts. And when we have reached the limits of my knowledge, mayhap we can unravel the mystery of my master's final words together. Stop now. I can offer you naught else. What say you? Then it is settled. We shall both serve as your guardians. Don't you have something to say to Myrokos, Ryle? Why are you ripping up the car? Don't do that. Sorry, my cat is just crying for attention. Yes? What will you ask? Why did the Temple Knights want to hurt you? Where are your parents? What do you think of Siddur? Which one do you think we should ask? I mean, the big thing is we don't know why the Temple Knights are after her. I mean, Temple Knights are pretty high up, so what happened there? They said I was an abomination, that I had to die to atone for my sins. So she doesn't want to talk about her parents. What do you think of Siddur? He doesn't talk as much, not since Frey left. Sometimes he hardly speaks a word. Other times, but I know he would never hurt me. Why did the Temple Knights want to... Okay, and there's that. Excuse me, Myrokos, was it? Yep. You look after Sid too, won't you? Mm-hmm. Thank you, that puts my mind at ease. Right then, enough of that, to more important matters. Like I said before, I'm not quite sure why the Temple Knights are after Ryle. They seem to believe something is wrong with her, but for the life of me I cannot imagine what it could be. However, there may be a way to find out. The other day I overheard a curious tale from a House Hallianite knight recently returned from Camp Cloudtop. He spoke of Vanu healers who could see their patients' ether. So skilled were these healers that they could diagnose ailments with a glance. It may be not more than a fantastical tale told by a man in his cups, but even so, if there is a chance we could learn what, if aught, ails Ryle, I dare say we must take it. Let us go to Camp Cloudtop and begin our search for a healer there. Is this? Nope, I am not doing that. I hate getting random invites like that. Okay, Camp Cloudtop. How is it that they float like that? I've never seen anything quite like it. Right then. The Vanu Vanu are not wont to parley with outsiders under most circumstances. However, they may be willing to receive us if we come bearing a suitable offering. I am told they use Gastornis feathers in their rituals. Mayhap that would suffice. Myrokos, I must ask that you prepare our offering while I look after Rao. Once you have it, we can journey to Vunduok Bendu together and entreat one of their healers to examine. Okay, the usual fetch quest. And then blue quest. What is going on here? Ether current. Yes, I need that. Lighting it seeks an adventurer with a delicate touch. Yeah, sorry about that if the audio cut out for a moment. My laptop was running low on power. Just needed to plug in. Okay, clipped wings. Lineage seeks an adventurer with a delicate touch. Excuse me, Myrokos. A moment of your time, if I may. I recently received a special request for assistance with zoological research, but I am at a loss as to how to fulfill it. Are you familiar with Gala cats? Unfortunately, yes. They bear striking resemblance to kittens, but with wings. An acquaintance of mine is writing an article on their physiology and requires a sample of their wings for her work. Their sweet appearance belies... Yeah, I'm familiar with what they do. Yeah, they look cute, but they'll attack without mercy. Problem, however, is that taking a proper sample requires a delicate touch, a certain finesse that is beyond the capabilities of my men and myself. Because they are so fragile, you may not obtain a proper sample from the first you fell, but I have no doubt a man of your talents can procure a wing of immaculate quality. I realize this is a rather personal request, but I would be forever in your debt. Okay. Time to tell us in Gala Cat. Here you go. Okay, sorry about that. For some reason, all of a sudden, my USB connection from my keyboard and my mic suddenly went kaput. Everything froze. That was definitely not a good sign. One moment, I gotta go away from keyboard. I'll be right back. Yeah, sorry about that. Just had a little IRL business creep in. Are there any northwest? Everything's to the northwest here. Oh great, back here. What mistral gale blows Netherlings this far? Away with you. Away. Yeah, I've got some feathers for you. Gastornis feathers? Netherling knows the ways of the Vendu well. Let storm clouds give way to warm sunshine. Say your piece. She will do as we ask, Myrokos, would seem. Bring forth the child, Netherlings. Let me look upon her face and know her heart. It's your turn. Soft rains to soothe your heart, little one. Do not be afraid. Drink of the winds, let thy soul take flight. Bathe in the mists and show me thy light. Come, come, show me thy light. What tempestuous winds rage beneath tranquil clouds? What great spirit dwells within you? Speak plain, Vanu. This is no child, this is... The Tramontane follows you, Netherlands. You cannot remain here. Be gone from our lands. Wait, I don't... God damn it. Ready your blade, Myrokos. We've been followed. Over there. Someone's coming. Oh, it's a Rose Knight. So it really was them. That should be the last of them. I've seen these ones about before. They don't answer to the Lord Commander, or so I hear. Bastards thought to take us outside this city, away from prying eyes. Don't want to be seen murdering a girl in the streets of the Holy See, do they? Even their staunchest supporters couldn't abide that. Seems our new friend has already abandoned us. Not for it, then. Back to Ishgard we go. Come along, Ryle. First, let me just teleport back to... Oh, for crying out loud. First to Camp Cloudtop just to see if there are any ether currents nearby there. North. That's probably a little too far north. Yeah. Doesn't look like there's anything here for us right now. Looks like all of the currents are probably up there somewhere. Oh well, back to Ishgard. I trust you no longer dispute the true nature of the Temple Knights, murderers and thieves who drape themselves in the trappings of righteousness. Do you not see, Myrokos? We are all that stands between them and their prey. There is no justice for these monsters save that which we must deliver. I will see them answer for their sins, I swear it. If I have to drown in the abyss to see it done, I will. Myrokos. Myrokos said, I wanted to thank you both for protecting me earlier, and I apologize for getting you two hurt. Don't be foolish. You have naught to apologize for. In any case, at least we learned something of our enemy's motives. Not that I have the faintest inkling of what the healer meant by Great Spirit. that, we have unlocked the next ability, but now to Celestial Factory. So yeah, it breeds a patch of salted earth at your feet, dealing unexpected damage with potency of 50 to any enemies who enter. Nice. This new attire will serve me well in the bitter cold of Kurthus. I shall have to thank Tataru properly upon our return. You have said your farewells, then? Yep. Aye, we are ready to depart. I suggest we begin with our search for Lady Iceheart, without delay. Very well, but she will prove an elusive quarry. Where do you intend to start looking? In the absence of any fresh intelligence on Isael's movements, I propose we pick up the trail where she was encountered last, the Kurthus Western Highlands. Let us speak with Sir Redwald, was it? As the commander of Falcon's Nest, it is like that he will know if any heretics' activity has been reported in the area. Okay. We just teleport there ourselves. Falcon's Nest. Well, well, Master Tia, what brings you back to Falcon's Nest? Judging by the company you keep, it can be no trifling matter. The Azure Dragoon, I know, of course, but I do not believe I have met this young gentleman. Alphino Leveilleur at your service, and you are not mistaken as to the gravity of our mission, Sir Redwald. As I am sure you are aware, the Observatorium has warned that the Duranians gather for another assault. We believe there may yet be a way to avert the coming conflict, but only if we can find the elusive Lady Iceheart. Thus, we have come to Falcon's Nest in the hope of acquiring the latest intelligence on the heretics' movements. I see, then you would be best served by speaking directly to my men. A patrol is due to return from its sweep of the surrounding lands at any moment. You may also wish to question the knights assigned to pick over the remains of the heretic refuge at Gorgane Mills. It is possible they have unearthed information that could be of use to you. Master Tia knows the place I speak of, for it was he who first discovered it. Let us divide our forces then. I will stay and await the return of the patrol while the two of you visit the refuge. When I have completed my inquiries, I will join you there. A wise use of our time. Come, Myrokos. I am eager to learn what Sir Redwald's men have found in the heretic's lair. Ether current. Didn't I get a black chocobo mount? Did I get black? Why don't I see my black? Oh, there it is. Yes. I was sworn I got it, I just didn't unlock it. I'm not ready to deal with a beast like that. Just a simple farmhouse. It makes one wonder what other innocent facades the heretics have chosen to hide behind. Master Tia, our findings, you say? Well, there's something of a tale there. No sooner had we chanced upon a promising-looking sheaf of papers than we were ambushed from the shadows by great white beasts. 'Twould seem the heretics foresaw our coming and left behind their pets to discourage further investigation. Several of our number were badly wounded. And you cannot carry out your duties until the creatures are slain. We have not the time to wait for reinforcements. Let us deal with these pets ourselves. Really? Okay, it's a ferocious bear, but, oh dear, the creature took me by surprise. Forgive me. Until my hands stop shaking, I fear I shall prove more a hindrance than a help. Pray go on ahead, and when you are certain that the rest of these things have been slain, notify the expedition leader that it is safe to return. I mean, seriously, you've never encountered a bear? Okay, dealt with. I heard a frightful growling from below. You encountered more of the beasts, I take it? Yep. My inquiries availed me not. The patrol leader had little to say beyond which of his extremities the frost had bitten the hardest. Well, that was useful. The beasts are slain then? My thanks, Master Tia. We may return to our duty without fear of a mauling. From one heretic to another, the expedition leader has a promising lead to aid you in your search for Lady Iceheart. You wish to track down Lady Iceheart, is this not so? The records we discovered here, those beasts mauled my comrades, appeared to be some manner of correspondence. We had not the luxury of perusing their contents more closely, intent as we were on surviving an onslaught of fang and claw, but I'd wager those epistles contain more than friendly salutations betwixt lonely heretics. My interrogation of the patrol proved fruitless. Either we divine some clue from these letters, or we wander the snowfields and pray that the gods lead us right to Iceheart's door. 'Tis hardly a choice at all. I have found some few of these letters. Let us gather a respectable stack and see what secrets the expedition captain can wring from the collected correspondence. What are those damnable... where are those damnable pages? I'd rather battle 2 Square Avis than continue this confounded search. Have you recovered much of the Heretics' correspondence? Now I got 3 items here. Splendid. Added to the contributions from Master Livier and Sir Stenium, we now have more than a dozen letters. What have we here, then? Every one of these pages is a record of the dealings betwixt the Gorgane Mills, heretics, and their fellows in the Alkafa Amphitheater. There are requests for foodstuffs, clothing, all manner of provisions. Iceheart's followers must yet inhabit the ruins we had thought abandoned. Sounding out the amphitheater. Alphino seems intent on traveling to the Alkafa Amphitheater. The Alkafa Amphitheater. The very place where you witnessed the manifestation of the primal Shiva, was it not? Yep. If that is our destination, the journey will be long indeed. The amphitheater lies on the other side of a treacherous track of ice and snow that cannot swiftly be crossed. Then we must place our faith in the Ethernet. As you may recall, our dear friend Moonbreeder succeeded in recreating the Alkafa beacon after it had been destroyed by Lady Iceheart. At the time, it was assumed that the resultant aetherite would only be temporarily viable, but given that the heretics of Gorgane Mills seem to have been in regular contact with their brethren at the amphitheater, I'll wager it still functions. I suggest we make for the aetherite within Snowcloak without delay. Correct me if I'm wrong, Justinian, but in the course of mapping the Snowcloak tunnel system, a passage was discovered leading out to the Western Highlands, was it not? Might it be possible for us to reach the aetherite from this side of the wall? It should. House Durandare posted soldiers at the Western Highlands entrance after the tunnels were cleared, but they will not deny us entry. Speak with, Krista, alright. So many, this way, that way, and so on and so forth. Sunlight. Although it looks like the sun is setting. Of course it is. Yep, it's setting. So, let's see. What ails our young lord? The moment we arrived at the mall, his face took on an ashen pallor. Does he fear facing the heretics within their own lair? Do you recall the first time you ventured into these tunnels in search of Lady Iceheart? It seems like ages ago, does it not? But then I still believed myself the commander of the Crystal Braves. Yeah, and all you did was pace nervously at the entrance, not doing anything! Oh, you have no idea what awaits us. Ah, the guests of House Fortin, accompanied by the Azure Dragoon, no less. I cannot imagine what brought you out this far, but you are welcome to enter the tunnels if that is your will. Assuming the Akafa beacon still functions, and we must pray to the 12 that does, we shall arrive at our destination in mere moments. Though I do not expect to be greeted by the primal Shiva, we should nevertheless be prepared for a frosty reception. The heretics are not like to rejoice at the appearance of uninvited guests, particularly ones with our history. An impressive structure. I wonder how many ages it has endured. Mayhap you should ask its occupants. They seem a friendly bunch. Dogs of Ishgard, is it not enough that you banish our beloved saint? Will you not be satisfied until the ice is slick with the last drop of our blood? Stay your weapons. We come under the flag of parley. We wish only to speak with your mistress, that we might broker a peace. Do you think us fools, boy? It will take more than honeyed words to earn our trust. You walk with the Dragon Slayer, and we know all too well what he is capable of. My reputation precedes me. They give us little choice. Come, brothers, may dragon wings bear us to victory.
Your guard is down.
Whoa.
Myrokos, release!
Know your folly.
They fight like demons. 'Tis death to remain. Fall back, brothers. Retreat to the cinders. I see no sign of Lady Iceheart. Would that we could have questioned one of them. What would you ask that we do not already know? They make for the cinders, and so what must we. Even should an ambush await us, 'tis certain there will be more heretics to question. The cinders, you say? I confess the name is unknown to me. Mayhap you would be so good as to enlighten us, Estinian. I suspect it is the heretic's way of referring to the Dreaming Dragon, an island of sorts found in the midst of the frozen lake of Ashpool. Some 500 years past, 'tis told that the Azure Dragoon of the Age fought a dragon of titanic proportions. After a savage struggle, the mighty creature was weakened unto the point of death, and forced into a magic slumber by an entire chapter of the Holy See sorcerers. Ere long, a rain of ash and cinders did begin to fall upon the sleeping serpent's motionless form, covering the creature at length in a shroud of gray. Of course, a thick layer of ice has since formed on top of it, but you may be sure I speak true. A fascinating tale. We should make haste to this ashen isle. I hate it when phone calls ring in the background. Sorry about that. Only in a land where war has raged for 1,000 years could enough ash fall to bury a dragon the size of an island. The Dreaming Dragon lies far to the west. Before we approach the frozen beast, however, there is another place I would visit first. I am told the convictors have set up camp in Twin Pools. Their leader, Jantalot, may have information of use to us. But mayhap you are not familiar with that name either. The convictors are dragon slayers after a fashion, but I am willing to wager that they encounter their fair share of heretics. If we are indeed walking into a trap, I would learn all there is to know of our foe. A sound suggestion. Let us speak with these convictors, and temper our haste with a measure of caution. Sorry, I think my mic was off. Apologies about that. Oh, ether current. So let's see, I've got one quest item for Sea of Clouds and 3 of the location stuff for here. Chocobo Keep. Doesn't hurt to procure. I don't need anything. In case I need to fast travel here since there's no ether, right? Wow, what do we have here? Hoping to join the esteemed ranks of the convictors, are we? The hard-eyed lad looks promising, but you have a frail look about you, boy. I give you 3 days ere the wilds claim your corpse. I beg your pardon. Be not so quick to judge. I have seen this frail youth fell heretics with a flick of his wrist. And who are you to question my... By the Fury! That armor, that lance, the Azure Dragoon himself graces our camp. Pray forgive my disrespect, sir. I am Gentilot, leader of the Convictors and fellow slayer of dragons. May I ask what winds, fair or foul, carry you to our humble camp? Yeah, we're looking for Lady Iceheart. Ah, Lady Iceheart, is it? I know her by reputation, but I'm afraid I've seen naught of her or her people. That said, my own men can be, somewhat lax when it comes to making reports. You may wish to question them yourselves. Thank you, we shall. Myrokos, Estinian, let us make our way through the camp and see what information there is to be had. Baby steps, Gentilot wants you to experience firsthand what life at the Convictory is like. I remember you. How could I forget? You're the lad who was in the Azure Dragon's company. Yeah, and still am, technically. Since you're here anyway, perhaps you might like to try your hand at a spot of hunting before you depart. See for yourself what life is like for us Convictors. The Durranian horde is stronger than you might suspect. Unless you've been at it for years like I have, I think it prudent to start with something simple and then work your way up to dragons. I suggest runes. towers. Slay 3 of those, then come back here. Consider it a win. For all the nights to come, the dead care not for justice, but wield thou would see them have it just the same. Cowards, all of you, have you no shame at all? Oh, I beg your... Wait, are you not Master Tia, honored ward of House Fortar? Praise Helene, surely you will consider my request. Know you the Dusk Vigil, westernmost citadel of the Citadel Watchtowers, built to warn of the Horde's approach? 'Twas lost following the calamity, another victim of the snows. Within the ruins lies a priceless treasure which must needs be reclaimed. I thought to enlist the services of these so-called dragon slayers, but it seems their courage is not as boundless as they would have you believe. But you, sir, you are not one to shy away from danger, am I right? Very good indeed. There is a sculpture of the Fury within the Dusk Vigil's chapel, and the ice rondel is set in its helm. I would have you prize it free and deliver it to me. The Vigil is not difficult to find. Simply head north towards Banepool until you come to the gates. Knights may bar your passage, but should you explain who you are, they will grant you leave to enter. First, let us slay these critters. Try to get those ether currents. Next one should be at the Dreaming Dragon or thereabout, which is not that far away. Slain those rooms already, have you? How did you find them? Did they put up much of a fight? Good work, lad. Clearly the Azure Dragoon doesn't travel with mere amateurs. It sounds like those rooms barely put up enough of a fight to be considered a proper warm-up. You clearly know what you're doing. If you want to try your hand at hunting some dragons, speak with me again sometime. Okay, Alphino is eager to gather information on the heretics. Surely one of these people will have encountered heretics while out hunting. Pray speak with as many as you can, Myrokos. Nay, I know of no heretics. Do you honestly expect me to keep track of every meow, Veront and Bertinant that wanders in and out of camp? Wow, so they really just let anyone come in here. Are there any heretics in the area? I have not the faintest idea why a heretic could pass under my very nose, and I should be none the wiser. I hunt dragons, my dear fellow, the big ones. Forever do I scan the skies for signs of my prey. I care not for the miserable creatures that scurry upon the ground. I may have erred in seeking the wisdom of these whelps. Looking for heretics, you say? Why don't you go and bother Myrokos, or someone? I've enough trouble keeping these preening fops fed and clothed as it is. 'Tis no business of mine what folk could do with themselves out there in the wilds. Okay. Summit I can help you with, my lord? Yeah, we're looking for a Lady Iceheart. Heretics, you say? Well, I've never seen one myself, but that ain't to say I haven't heard a thing or two. We would be grateful for any information you can share with us. The gods know we've gleaned precious little from talking to the rest of these people. If it please, my lord, I am Myrokos, a soldier by trade, though not much of one, if I'm honest. If it weren't for the love of stabbing folk that I took up. For the love of stabbing folk that I took up the spear, I see. No, it was by order of Sir Gentilot's father. Still, as long as they keep paying me wages, I ain't fussy as to what they have me do. Not everyone's as patient as me, though. Plenty of lowborn lads who get pressed into service start grumbling before they've seen their second battle. And once they've got to thinking how unfair it all is, it don't take much for the heretics to turn their heads. From what I hear, the simple promise of freedom tends to do it. That may explain how Lady Iceheart was able to expand her following so swiftly. Sad to say, some mates of mine gobbled down the heretics' tripe and asked for seconds. Told me they were off to the Western Highlands to light a signal fire. That's how you let the heretics know you're serious about joining their ranks, apparently. Send up some purple smoke and the bastards come to you. Is that so? Why then, I am minded to start a fire. Purple flame, purple flame. Estinian wishes to prepare a signal fire to lure in the heretics. If we are to lure our foes into to our position, then we must find a means of producing a signal of purple hue. As it so happens, I once heard the tale of a trapper who dropped the hide of a woolly yak onto his campfire. Aside from the terrible stench, the story also described in detail how the smoke from the smothered flames was tinged a deep violet. You are a monster hunter of some note, are you not, Myrokos? I am. It should prove a trifling task for you to procure a number of hides. We may need to burn more than one ere the heretics notice our beacon. Master Alphino, you and I shall gather wood for the fire. Aye, it will take the both of us to find enough dry fuel in this frozen wasteland. Let us meet at the Dreaming Dragon with the fruits of our labor. Protecting what's important. Nukai stares out over the snowdrifts with a grim expression on her face. Want to help out, do you? Well, there's plenty needs doing. And killing besides. I'm sure you've noticed that dragons aren't the only thing we have to contend with out there. Take the polar bears, for example. They come here looking for an easy meal, drawn to the smell of our cooking fires, and then raid our stores. Think you can thin their number a little? Killing 4 or so of them should suffice. You'll be compensated for your troubles, of course. Well, when you camp right next to polar bears, you should, I think I've got a blue quest back there. Well, you're certainly more reliable than any lordling I've ever met. They've only got eyes for dragons, even though I tell them time and again that if no one sees those bears, there'll be nary a scrap to eat. But do they listen? I dare say everyone around here could stand to be a little more like you. Well, I said you'd be compensated, and I'm true to my word. I trust you'll consider this fair remuneration for your efforts. Let's see, bacon bread. Let's see, what stats as a tank? Critical hit, determination, direct hit. Critical hit and determination. Ooh, do I go with the coffee thing or the bacon bread? I'm gonna go with the bacon bread. What's this? A ward of House Forton wishes to enter the Dusk Vigil. You are aware that the ruins are infested with wild beasts and God knows what else, are you not? Why, just the other day, one of the convictors claimed to have seen a massive winged beast. Not a dragon, mind, but something altogether different. But far be it from me to deny an esteemed personage the opportunity to kill himself in new and exciting ways. Pray go on ahead. Whew. Okay, so I think with this I will switch over. Let's see. In terms of jobs, I have Warrior, Dark Knight. See, I still have to do level 50 job cost for Warrior. So I do need to level that, but I think what I'll do is go into Black Mage because I haven't done that in a little bit. Dusk Vigil, if you're on Ether or Ether Data Center and want to hop in, let me know in chat and I can start forming a private party. Otherwise, I'm just gonna hit join. Okay.